Okay, this presentation is the top 10 things you should know about Ellis Island. So Ellis Island had over 12 million immigrants pass through the halls between 1892 and 1954. It is thought that about 40% of Americans today can trace one of their ancestors back to traveling through Ellis Island, which is pretty amazing. The first person to be admitted into America through Ellis Island was Annie Moore. She was a 15-year-old girl from Ireland traveling with her two younger brothers, and they were meeting their parents who were already living in New York. And there are a lot of stories like this of people being reunited after passing through Ellis Island. People from more than 10 countries passed through the gates of Ellis Island. This figure is some of those. Mostly people were coming from Russia and Italy. They were escaping economic and political persecution and poverty and war. And most people sent to Ellis Island was those who were poor or sick. A lot of the first and second class passengers were dropped off earlier and did not need to go through the processes at Ellis Island, but those who were poor or sick were thought to need to make sure that they were not going to be a burden on their new country. No papers or proper identification were needed upon arrival. They wanted this process to be as quick as possible, as about 3,000 people were coming through every day, and there were not things such as passport or IDs. The Ellis Island inspection process did last for about 3 to 5 hours, and it included physical exams and legal screenings. They wanted to make sure, again, that there were not going to be any medical or legal problems or complications that the people were bringing in with them from their other countries. One of the main visions for Ellis Island was to make sure immigrants were treated courteously and respectfully. There have been previous issues with immigration sites having abuse or problems, and they really wanted this to be a place where people were invited into the country. They had interpreters from all over the world in different languages, and they had also accommodations like grand halls and dormitories. Many immigrants were detained, though, and some were even denied entry to America. It's thought that 20% were detained and that 2% in the end were made to go home because of legal or physical complications. Ellis Island was used for many purposes after 1920, including a World War II detention center for enemy merchant seamen. And today, Ellis Island is visited by thousands of visitors as what is now the Ellis Island Immigration Museum. And so this is actually part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument, and it is by the National Park Service. So that is all about Ellis Island.